I'm sorry, Mrs. Morley, but under the circumstances, I certainly cannot remain in the house. It would be too uncomfortable.
Where will you go?
Margot and Charlotte can put me up until I get my bearings.
I do understand your feelings, Katie. But must you be in such a hurry? Can't you at least wait till morning? Give things a chance to cool off.
Believe me, Mrs. Morley, things are as cold as they can possibly get.
You will stay on as the boys' governess, won't you?
I think you know the answer to that.
But, Katie...
Surely you realize it's impossible to go back to the old arrangement.
Well, since there's no dissuading you, please let an old friend help you pack.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Morley.
I'm beginning to see this in a new light.
What do you mean?
Well, contrary to popular belief, marriage is not a fairy tale that guarantees living happily ever after.
Oh, I don't think I want this old thing. Could you use a nice soft duster?
Oh, thank you, dear. You'd be surprised how many people leap into marriage with nothing but a few romantic misconceptions.
No, imagine I would.
Whereas the truth is, of course, that with marriage, the problems begin.
I've finished this. I think you like it.
Oh, thank you. I was just out of new reading. The point I'm trying to make, Katie, is that I think it's wise of you and Glenn to call it off now.
You do?
I do. Well, if two people can't weather the comparatively minor storms of an engagement, they'll never make it through marriage. So, I think it's very wise of you to call it off right now.
Well, I'm glad we have your blessings. I'm going to say goodbye to the boys.
Come in.
May we have a few words?
Words, yes, but please, no long sighs about broken engagements.
Ooh, on the contrary, I'm all for it.
Well, I must say that comes as a surprise.
I suppose you'll be starting to look over the new crop of unattached young ladies any day now.
Anything wrong with that?
Of course not. You must meet Ambassador Watson's daughter. She's matching.
I have, and she is. But why are you for the broken engagement?
Do we really have to go into all that?
Yes, we do. I'm very curious.
I think you've been a bachelor too long, Glenn. You've lost your flexibility.
Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, I've seen so many couples all snarled up over the simplest things, like the mess in the garage, for instance.
Oh, indeed.
Yes, indeed. In marriage, there are so many day-to-day frictions, all along the way from meddling in-laws to who will put out the garbage.
I suppose you could let the meddling in-laws put out the garbage.
I'm afraid you've been unmarried too long. It's a shame, but there it is. Well, I'm off to bed with a good book that Katie gave me. I suppose you know she's leaving tonight.
I just said goodbye to the boys.
Oh, let me help you.
I can manage, thank you. I'd like to have a taxi, please, right away. 3070 Marshall Road. The name is Holstrom. Thank you.
I could take you where you want to go.
That won't be necessary.
I'd be glad to.
No, thank you, Mr. Morley. I believe in clean breaks.
Can we be friends?
I don't think so.
Good. Because just friends is the last thing I'd want to be with you. Well, where are you going?
Outside to wait for the taxi.
You're perfectly welcome to wait here.
I prefer to wait outside,
Well, at least
alone.
Katie, I am trying to find my way back to you. Please. Is our fight really this serious?
Well, I thought it was.
I was upset by some things that Charlie Ames said. Fine marriage expert, he turned out to be a 3-time loser.
Well, I had an expert, too.
Did you?
A 13-year-old girl.
Let's make a pact. No more experts.
No more experts.
Just us.
Just us.
Miss Holstrom, are you busy in November?
Oh, terribly, Mr. Morley. You see, I'm getting married.
Indeed. Nice fellow?
Oh, fine fellow. Reminds me a lot of you.
You think he'd mind if I kissed you?
Oh, sure. But let's do it anyway.
Oh, I hope we have lots and lots of fights.
You do?
Sure. If they all end like this.
Well, buddy, have you decided to take all that swell advice I gave you yesterday?
What I have decided to do with all that swell advice, buddy, is ignore it.
Okay. It's your funeral.
All those grim things that may have happened in your marriages are certainly not going to happen in mine.
Okay.
Coffee for the lawmakers?
Oh, thank you, Katie.
Very thoughtful of you, ma'am.
Glenn, you know that list of things we're making to take care of when we come back from our wedding trip?
Yes?
I just thought of one more important thing to add to it.
What?
We must clean out the garage. It is a mess. See you later.
We must clean out the garage. It is a mess.
She did say we.
Sure she did.
Tonight at 8 Eastern, Bud falls for some tall tales from an old salt on the Flipper Hour. Then at 9, get an up-close look at the issues and events shaping our world on the 700 Club. Now stay with us for the Fatty Duke Show, next on CBN.